Well, y'all, it has been a journey, hasn't it? Okay, we're going to cut that out. Welcome to this OzarksFirst exclusive live from my kitchen. Hope you guys like it. This is a Farmer Wants a Wife finale recap slash my thoughts, my final thoughts slash what the farmers are reportedly doing with life after the reality show, along with the girls that they chose. So let's just get into it. I'm going to start from, unfortunately, my least favorite to my favorite when breaking these down. Farmer Colton. Sorry, dude. I really had high hopes for you when I did my initial thoughts months ago when the show first started. You had a son. You know, you seemed lucky out of love. And I was really rooting for you, Colton. And then as the season went on, you just kissed everyone and not their mother, but I really thought during the family meet and greets, Mom might get a kiss from you because throughout the season, unfortunately, how do I say this eloquently? I think other forces of nature were playing into your actions, your physical actions by kissing all the girls. But anyways, I think you did end up with two really amazing girls, Keely and Zoe. I could kind of tell after the meeting of Keely's parents that you probably weren't going to go that route just because she is an only child and her parents just seemed a little like too involved in her life and a little bit of a codependency thing going on between Keely and her mom. And that just doesn't seem like your speed. You got a kid, like, you got a lot more responsibilities than just the one person. So anyways, you ended up choosing Zoe, who, my goodness, drop dead gorgeous, so sweet, so smart, she's a nurse, anesthesiologist, she's getting that. But then I was so sad to see that just, a few weeks, not even a few weeks, like a few days or so after the finale aired, which I'm going to guess contractually obligated, you couldn't really post about your current life. Anyways, really sad to see that a few days after the finale aired that we found out you and Zoe were no longer together and that you have already moved on with another woman who you're already calling, I think it's like my love, a true horsewoman, all this stuff, kind of negating everything that I guess Zoe, that you had said you had with Zoe in the finale. And yes, while just from a social media standpoint, Zoe and your current love interest, girlfriend maybe, have a lot of differences, Zoe was ready to become that person for you. She seemed like she was really willing to adjust her lifestyle versus you adjusting yours, which, again, it is called Farmer Wants a Wife. The girls go to be with a farmer on a farm and to become their wife. Most times that's never the case, but anyways. So like I said, Colton has posted his new love interest on his Instagram and TikTok and, just heart emojis galore. So obviously maybe he's found his miss right now, maybe not miss forever. We'll see. We'll have to wait and see. But I was really bummed to see just kind of Colton's true colors come out this season. And again, just the kissing of every single girl. And not just like a peck, like a full-blown makeout session, which, again, other forces of nature, I just feel we're kind of playing into those actions. And to further prove the point that he has moved on from Zoe, Zoe also posted a picture of herself in her finale dress, the beautiful yellow, just silhouette hugging dress. I mean, drop dead gorgeous yet again. And she played it to the tune of How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days. And she said, in my Andy Anderson era, which is Kate Hudson's character, who is on a mission to lose a guy, Matthew McConaughey, in the movie, in 10 days. So there's that. Not because I don't like him, but Jay just, was kind of flat the whole season. Nothing really seemed to excite him. Maybe the football on his first date with, oh my gosh, what is her name? the really cute one that was in the finale, and I'm blanking. Anyways, that girl. Oh my goodness. Okay, that's the only time I saw him get really excited. Obviously, he ended up with Grace, and they seemed to be like super excited about the potential of their future together. I mean, he got a puppy. If that doesn't say commitment right there, I don't know what does, because a puppy, in my eyes, because I don't have kids yet, that's the closest thing I have to taking care of another living, breathing thing besides myself and G. But he's an adult. He can take care of himself. So anyways, I think getting Grace a puppy, during the finale when he asked her to be with him, was like a huge I do, in a way of like, I do choose you, and I do choose this life that we can forge ahead. Well, can you guess what happened? They're no longer together. From what I've seen on social media, yet again, from doing sleuthing and all that stuff, and just trying to see like where each girl is at, the biggest takeaway, the girls that are on each farm become the best of friends. So in the end, it's not farmer wants a wife, it's woman wants to go on farmer wants a wife to meet her best friend for life forever for more, basically is what I'm getting at. Because Grace has posted, stuff with some of the other girls that were on Jay's farm, but they are reportedly no longer together. Grace actually did say, rewatching the finale made me reprocess all the emotions that came with it, but, summer vibes galore in my new single era, stuff like that, like hinting that she's single. Jay hasn't really been too active on the socials, but yeah, so they basically broke up. This couple, while they were really cute, and Grace was just like so teensy tiny, and Jay was like this huge big man, and like just aesthetically they looked really good together. I didn't get past the barriers, like the true, I guess, relationship things that you talk about in a relationship is what I'm trying to say. Like those deep, meaningful conversations. And again, coming from Los Angeles, I know how production works. I know how editing works. You want the sound bites that are going to be the most compelling. And of course, they film for hours on end, and then they have to, shut it down to like a 30-minute episode, if that's probably like 24 minutes with commercial breaks, accounting for that. So anyways, Jay and Grace no longer together. Colton and Zoe no longer together. Okay, let's move on to Farmer Matt. While his vocal fry voice really annoyed myself and Jeremy. I mean, the guy's a good-looking guy. But again, a farmer that really, truly, I don't think put his wall down for the show. That's fine. I think casting is probably looking for people that are very attractive and that happen to do some work on a farm or whatnot. He seems like a very genuine guy. Chelsea, there we go. Chelsea is the girl he ended up with. I'm sorry, it's too many people to keep track of. Whew. All right, so Matt and Chelsea ended up in the finale together. He had to tell Taylor that he didn't want her, and she was livid beyond belief. And I don't blame her, because if she gave him an out, he probably should have taken the out. But again, we don't know what happens behind the scenes with production. They probably kind of pushed him to have two girls in the finale. But Chelsea and Matt, I can't find out too much about what they're doing, but from everything that I've seen, they seem to be maybe still loosely together, on good terms. Matt and John Sansone hang out all the time. They're always doing appearances at different festivals and events. And honestly, farmer found a farmer, a best friend, like Matt and John, way to go, bromance for life. I would love to see Matt and Chelsea go further, because I felt they were just super compatible. And he did share the first kiss on camera with Chelsea that we know of. And that, for me, I think said a lot about his feelings towards her. So yeah, I think they're loosely together still, maybe doing long distance, maybe just trying to figure out what their groove is when it comes to a full-blown relationship. But honestly, Matt and John Sansone, Who would have thunk? So let me move on to my favorite, maybe I'm biased, St. Louis. John Sansone. Not only is he super, super handsome, he's got a quirky personality that at first it rubbed me the wrong way when I did my initial reactions. I wasn't really sure if he was on it for the clout, on it for the fame. But as the season has gone on and ended, he ended up with Claire, who wasn't my first pick for him, but you know, it's okay. I really thought he was going to end up with Lily. She also wore a really pretty yellow dress, you know, blonde hair. Just, I don't know, they seemed to have more in common when it came to like the core values of family and the exploration and the hunting and all that jazz. So when he told Lily that that was the end of the road for them, my heart really did break for her. I was like, oh my gosh, like I thought I had it in the bag. John and Lily for life. Sorry, Claire. That's okay. John and Claire ended up in the finale. He chose her. Really cute. He did the whole scarf thing, and she actually knitted him a hat. So the thought goes a long way on Claire's part. They seem to be together still. They're still posting about each other all across social media. Claire has really shown her personality on TikTok when it comes to shading Samantha and just kind of some other things that happened on the show. She's really come alive. And maybe she just wasn't able to like allow herself to be fully herself on the show. I don't know. But the more I look at them, I think they're a really cute couple just from like this perspective, looking on outside looking in. So I really hope they work out. I think she's in a different state than Missouri. I want to say she's from Michigan. I don't know if that's where she lives, but I believe they're in different states. So long distance can be very, very difficult, especially with John's grueling schedule of law school and the farm, if he's really a farmer. He's made jokes about it, so don't come at me. The long distance, the careers, the freaking public appearances that he's doing all across the United States with his bro, Matt. We'll see how the cookie crumbles with that one. But for now, I think we've got potential, really strong potential for Matt and Chelsea and John and Claire. Unfortunately, at this point, I don't think any of the farmers found their forever wife, but they at least found an experience of a lifetime, got 15 minutes of fame, and they're living it up. So that's kind of what's going on, life after Farmer. My other thoughts about just the final picks, if you will, in general, and they're already casting for season 4. They've probably already got their farmers and are casting the women. Who knows? That's just me, you know, hypothesizing. But I'm excited to see, you know, this upcoming season, when it will start, who the farmers will be, where they're gonna, you know, where they're coming from in the United States, because we had Matt in California, Colton in Arkansas, John in Missouri, and then Jay in Alabama. So that's pretty widespread for the farmers there. So hope you enjoyed this. I know not everyone's going to agree with my opinion. That's totally fine. We're all entitled to our own opinions, but this is just me kind of giving my opinion. And that's about that. So we'll see you next time.